old German dude. He got like 40 houses. I think he told me 10 or 12 commercial.
Okay.
Everything's for sale. I'm talking to him. He says, I will send, on your phone, I will send you a list of my houses and buildings. And you can go see what's going on. He says, but I'm getting ready to go to Germany for 3 weeks to visit with my family. I said, oh, you German? He said, yeah. I said, I am too. So you sound like a black guy. I said, I am. He says, you're German? I said, well, 23andMe told me I'm German. They said I'm 37% German. He said, really? We started talking. He says, when I get back in town, I'm going to invite you over to dinner and have some real German food.
Did he smoke?
I don't know. The conversation didn't get to that. This is an old guy. I don't know if he smokes or not. But he wants me to come to dinner at his house when he gets back. And he says, don't talk to anybody else about real estate. I said, oh, I'm not ready to do anything yet. I said, it'll be about 6 months before I'm ready. He said, don't talk to nobody else. I got everything you need. I said, oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see, huh?
Yeah. Does he watch the show or something?
No. He doesn't know anything about it. I told you I was it came up on my phone that somebody was selling a bunch of real estate. So I answered that. And that's how I met him. Over the phone. I've never seen him in person. But he seemed like a nice guy over the phone. And then I don't even know how old the guy is, to be honest with you. But he sounds like he's over 50.
All right. What?
I was just looking at the different art and stuff you got on the walls and the stickers and stuff.
I mean, I didn't put them up. You know that.
She's so industrious and she's so artistic, you know? She's very artistic.
I got another interview tomorrow morning.
At another grow place?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Grow spec in Frazo.
Oh, yeah, I think you told me about that.
No, this is new.
Oh,
the other grow spec place was...
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the first one I went to, you could kind of tell it was a dude and, like, it was small. In the sense of the guy that owns it, the two dudes that are... Either one dude's... They're both owners and they're partners, or one dude is the grower that got invested from the other dude. And the other dude that I saw kind of had an angry look on his face, so I don't know.
That's not good.
But again, it could have been just my perception.
Oh, true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just been the way he is.
Yeah, who the fuck knows? Hello, Uncle Dean. So,
hey, Dean.
In that place, it's a smaller building than the other place, I think. But it was more like, I don't know, kind of Google-like, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So, like, you walk in and it's got, like, places to put your shit and, like, lockers and stuff. And it's kind of, like, done up like you would see if you were in Ferndale. Or somewhere like that, like an office building.
Gotcha.
Like, walking in, it felt like one of those modern office buildings.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they have this door. They have this door where you walk in and it's like, psh, it's like sucking and blowing at the same time.
Oh.
Those vacuum doors.
Vacuum, yeah.
And then you go into the room and it's a long hallway with a bunch of flower rooms on one side, some flower rooms and trimming room, like the harvest rooms, like the drying rooms are on this side, and then another couple of rooms, and then the veg rooms on the back side, and then they have like water and stuff.
Okay.
What's up, Henry?
What's going on, man? That's my friend.
I know.
Okay. We grew up together.
Yeah. So, when you walked in, they're doing rock wool, and they're doing experiments. Like, they were doing rock wool, just one of those big fucking, I think 10 by 10 rock wools, with feeders.
Yeah.
And then the other one had the rock wool sitting on top of a rock wool bed. You know what that is? Like the 12-inch wide, like that deep. And they had a room where they were trying that out as an experiment, see if it helped give them any more yields or something. It's all hydro.
All hydro, yeah.
But it also felt like small. Levels, on the other hand, when you walk in, it's not set up nicely. It's set up clean, like you would walk it into a Walmart or something, like clean. I don't know how. Like when you walk into the back of Walmart, it's clean. It's white.
Got you.
You put your coat, and then you walk into this big computer room that has a fucking 55-inch screens on the fucking wall that have, well, no, actually it's one 55-inch screen with all the, because it's got all the different throughout. Like the camera system in the first one had to be at least 10 grand. The camera system in the second one, 50.
Damn.
They had cameras in every room, and the dude could go through and pull every fucking camera, and they had different angles in every room too.
Yeah.
But the one place was using regular lights, like high pressure sodiums, double ended.
Yeah.
And then the other one was using the same ones I use.
LEDs.
The Gavitas.
Yeah.
But the levels place, like they were not interested in me doing anything but trimming. At least to start, and it had been a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't feel like they needed anybody for that, and if they did, they probably had people in the trim room already that they were going to promote. So it's like, I'm not going to fucking sit here for 3 years trimming for
that's not your.
That's not even from this state.
Yeah, that's not
like,
your
when
thing.
When you walk in, you can feel it's not like this is a corporate fucking gig.
Yeah.
Like you do so because they have the whole setup to where you got to put on coats and hairnets.
Yeah, the whole clean room situation.
Well, the other one didn't. So I've seen.
So the other one you could track
Walmart,
shit in.
No, they have that room.
The air
takes
pressure.
Care of all the fucking shit that's in
bacteria and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna do its best, but again, even if you put on the fucking hairnets,
I know.
You put on the shit.
I know it's not perfect.
The reality is, it's everywhere in the air. You can't get rid of it. You have to control it.
Well, after I recoup from my operation, I'll be looking for a part-time trimming
You can
job.
go fucking work for Sarah.
I can?
Tom's wife.
Mm-hmm.
He said she can probably get you a job.
Oh, cool. I just need it for some months.
Yeah, I know. You do your thing. So, Uncle Dean says Deadhead planted outside while getting big. Well.
Good. That's good. Did you see any Deadhead seeds?
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Deadhead crosses.
Cool.
Different shit.
So what's up, Henry? What you been into?
So I'm entering 2 competitions.
2 of them?
Yeah. He will send photos, he says.
Okay.
God damn, stop it with the fuck.
See, and obviously they got different dates, right?
Yeah, one is the end of August.
August.
Yeah, that was a weird way to say August.
Sounds like a Boston way to say it.
I know. And then one was like the second week of September 9th or something like that. Both of them have to be turned in around the same time.
Okay. Cool.
So, I think I'm going to enter. Well, the one is an ounce and $50. I don't know what the other one is. If I remember correctly, last time the last one was only a quarter and like $100 or something like that. So if it's a quarter, I'm definitely entering 2. If it's an ounce for both, I'm probably going to split them up.
Gotcha.
I definitely have 2 ounces of some Deadhead from Parkside that I hung up early that I think will like look like they're going to stand out.
Yeah, in the box.
Where, like size-wise, it's still big enough to actually, because the Deadhead I cut down here the other day, it's smaller butts. So it was one I was thinking about entering into the pre-roll, because because it's got smaller buds. People, they're not going to like it as much.
People that means something to, yeah, you're right. Because a lot of people, you know, a lot of people don't look at bud size.
No.
They look at bud power.
I know.
They don't care about the size.
No. I think you're wrong. I think that a lot of people look at buds that, again, it depends on how much cannabis you smoked, how long you've been smoking it, how much you smoke in a day. There's a lot of variations that go into this.
It does.
But the reality is that most people see a big bud and it excites them. Me, you know how I am. You give me one of those big, dense fucking buds, I'm probably going to be like, oh, I probably don't want this.
And that's what I mean when I say it depends on what, like you said, what you're used to smoking, what seems exotic to you or not exotic to you. And most people aren't looking for exotic. Most people, as long as that bud gets them, give them a buzz, they could care less.
I know, that's one of the reasons.
But see, we're connoisseurs. Most of the people that we know are connoisseurs. So we're looking at all that.
We'll come back to that. Henry says he's just playing guitar, growing a female plant from Green Lawn Grove Flea Market.
Yeah, that's what you told us about.
What the fuck is what?
I told you you sent me a text about that at the last.
Where was that at?
Where is it at, Henry?
All right. Still drinking my pot tea, and my uncle's saying he's making good brownies for the wife. Yeah, I made cookies the other day that were just a little too strong.
Too strong. And how'd you find that out?
I gave them to people.
And they told you.
When my wife says they're strong, I usually take that with a grain of salt because it's like, maybe. The one dude I deal with a lot, I gave him some. He said he ate one cookie and he felt like he was on mushrooms. He got up to 50 miles an hour in his car and he couldn't really drive. He was tunneling out.
Yeah.
Just like different level. I'm waiting to hear from my buddy and Ricky Bobby. I sent him some in Texas.
Right.
So I'm waiting to hear what he has to say about it. Someone else ate one. They said, oh, my buddy yesterday said he sold some to some kids he was going to school with. And they said they were high for 2 days.
Yeah, that's wild.
If only. So anyways, I agree with you about the connoisseur thing. It's just a matter of how to get to that market. How to develop that market. Because right now, the market is Bud Light.
Yeah, but we have to do that ourselves.
I know.
We have to sell that market ourselves, because if we don't do it, ain't nobody going to do it. And the whole point is this. Connoisseur grade stuff. Okay.
Is it like cost money to get in? What time? How often do they have them?
He'll tell us.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it out loud so the speaker hears.
Right. He'll give us the lowdown. Yeah, we got to do it, man. We got to.
Maybe it's pre-rolls.
We have to. It is.
Maybe we got to start.
It is
concentrating on pre-rolls and figuring out how to get, because a lot of people, because that's another thing too, man, a pre-roll can fucking, like a good pre-roll could destroy it, because I've not had one I've liked.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Maybe the one with hash in them.
If we're putting, it don't have to be hash.
No, I'm just saying, the only pre-roll I've had in my life where I'm like, wow, this was okay.
It had hash in it.
Had hash in it. There might have been one or two where I was like, decent, but.
Yeah. I've never had a decent pre-roll that I consider.
I can't even think of any
that I consider decent. And when a lot of these dispensaries opened up, one day I went to 12 different dispensaries.
The problem is you just can't put them into the. Like
and all the pre-rolls I got from all 12 of them, I ended up tossing out the window.
Right. I know. Trust me. I've never finished a pre-roll. I don't think. But that would be the gig, is be like, okay, you guys want a pre. What I should be able to legally do is roll some fucking joints, take them to the dispensary, and sell them to them every day. And just be like, you guys need pre-rolls,
and this is the connoisseur brand pre-roll.
Yeah, like a specific brand.
Yeah.
Again,
make sure they know it's connoisseur.
I know, but when you get into the fucking commercial game, they have those, but I don't know, man.
All I know is, every time I got a pre-roll, the first thing I told them is this your top of the line pre-rolls? And they all told me yes, but they weren't. Now, I know a couple of the guys that own a couple of these dispensaries. I won't name them. Told me that they don't smoke, and I don't know if their employees even smoked.
I'm sure some of them do, but I'm sure if you own a company and you're not smoking, it's probably like.
He said two of them said they have never smoked.
Never smoked.
No.
Free outdoors market open Saturday and Sunday until 3. So 3 maybe.
Probably 3.
3 p.m.
That's on Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Saturday
probably
and
3.
Sundays.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
3 p.m. Yeah, 3 p.m. Thank you, sir. Howdy from Grand Rapids, my dude. Do you have a place? All right, here's a question for you, Tracy CC123. Do you have a place in Grand Rapids? Because they're a little I don't know if they are or not, but I've been told that they have they're a little more lenient on the west side when it comes to cannabis. Is there a flea market where you can just go buy cannabis? Is there places over there where you can just go in and not be a dispensary and buy it from the metric system and actually get it from caregivers? I wonder if there's anything like that in Grand Rapids.
I don't know. Maybe somebody will hear and
because I know
let us know.
In Flint, I gotta go up the House of Dank. Fuck.
Which one? On 8 Mile?
Yeah. I gotta get my card renewed.
Oh, they do it at the House of Dank?
$40.
Yeah, that's
not even at the House of Dank. They do it at the fucking head shop on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Their little head shop they got.
Yeah.
$40 for a renewal. You bring your license and your card, and you're fucking $40 and you're done.
You can't beat that.
Nah.
It's $50 at a place near my house. 59. Is that Mary Jane? Was that at Mary Jane's? I think it's $59 there. I believe.
He's been told there is, but I do not know for sure. I wish I could find it. Yeah, I wish we could. Because again, I don't want to have to be a salesman. I don't want to go to a fucking flea market and sell my weed. But at the same time,
and let me ask you a question: why not?
Because there's not one set up, I guess. If there was someone like say if I could go to the one in Pontiac.
No, I don't know about that.
You never been to Dixieland Flea Market?
Oh yeah, I've been there before.
Yes, better weed and cheaper. Well, you can get some pretty cheap shit at dispensaries now, but it's not very good.
No.
Well,
it's shake weed. They're rolling shake up. They're not rolling up buds.
No, I didn't mean for joints. I meant for like $80 fucking eighths or ounces.
Oh, or got you.
But I could go up there on the weekends and rent out a spot and just throw up my jars
and see what happens. And the spot costs what, $60?
Probably. Maybe you spend
around 40 to 60.
If you want to go to the only one I know of, well, I mean, I'm sure there's other ones, but the only one I've been to is the one up in Flint. And all you have to do is have a medical card.
Well, that was a pretty popular one at one time.
It still has a pretty, because again, there's you can go up there and you can rent a booth for like $1,000 a month.
So why don't we do that?
Because I don't want to fucking drive to Flint.
No, here. Why don't we?
Because you gotta have a building.
We need a building.
He owns the building, or he.
We need a building.
He has a good lease person that'll let him do it. Because again, like, you have to own it to be able to do that.
You're right.
But you just have to turn it into a private club. But again, it loses its meaning, in a sense, because I don't want it to be medical. It has to be medical. The reason why they've been getting away with it for so long up there is because they're legit. Like, you walk in, if you're me and you go up there to sell, like, say, because you can go up there on a Friday night if they don't have a band and rent a fucking table for $100. Little fucking 5x or 2x4 table for $100 to put your shit on and sell, right? If you go do that, when you walk in, they're checking to make sure that you have equal, like, legit weights on you. You're not walking in with fucking 16 pounds of weed and you're only allowed to have fucking 2.5 ounces.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like legit on every level.
We want to stay.
That's not what we're again, because they started in an era before Racket was even
exactly.
But at the same time, they've been keeping it going for so long that it's become part of the thing. Now, maybe if we do the private club thing, That's what we're gonna have to do because there's another club up there that's private.
I'm
you
telling
can't
you.
even get in unless you become a member.
That's what we got to do. I've researched this thing, and we can do it if we're a private social club, and we can get a license to be a private social club. And I don't think the license is that much money. I think it's under $1,000.
With weed or without it? Because the weed one is $1,000 just to have.
Why do we have to do that? It's a private club. We do whatever we want behind those closed doors, as long as everybody in there is a member. And even if the police came in, if everybody's a member, they can't say shit to you.
Yeah.
We're in a private club. Marijuana is legal. What?
I mean, technically, they could give you shit for having more weight than you should.
So, if you and I and a couple other people are the main master members, how much weight can you have? How much weight can I have? All together with
Right now, I can have 5 ounces.
And I can have
no,
two.
I can have more than that because
You can have.
I have other patients, but it's.
You can have 15 ounces.
Yeah.
I can have 2.5.
I know.
So that's 17.5 ounces there, right there.
You have a medical card.
And that'll and that'll
but you also
include
get
Thomas.
for your rec.
Huh?
Your rec.
What do you
Don't
mean?
forget, you get to carry weed for rec too. It adds up.
Well, that comes almost 15 ounces.
How about a Plum Street style house where each room sells something different?
Yeah.
What's a Plum Street style house?
Well, see, we're old school. In Detroit, where the DTE building is now, it was a street called
the
Plum
big one?
Street. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a street called Plum Street before they built all that up. And Plum Street was older buildings. And people started putting boutiques in there and places to buy head shops and blues places. And it was really cool, man, but it only lasted a couple of years. Because they built,
Well,
but-
the DTE took over.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they ran them out, but it was really nice.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh, that smells good. Oh, I like the way that smells. That smells familiar. So is this pure deadhead or is this deadhead crossed with something?
That's citrus sap. I didn't write anything on it. If I did, it's old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's old. It's
Oh, okay.
Citrus sap.
You definitely smell the citrus. Wow.
It's Gorilla Glue crossed with Tangy.
The citrus is super strong.
I know.
Wow.
That's one I'm thinking about if I enter that because I don't like the way the buds look.
That's gnarly looking buds.
I know, but I don't like it. I don't think it would do well in a competition.
Because of the way it looks?
Yes. But I think if you put it in a pre-roll, that's something that you would hit it and be like, oh, this tastes different than
See,
everything
people
else.
would be buying 3 and 4 pre-rolls at a time.
Well, you sell them cheap.
Yeah.
And then you don't use cones. If
No.
you got to figure out a way. You can use cones, but you have to do cones in a sense of no
Well-
tips.
Well, some people like cones.
I guess you do both, but I hate cones, man. I think it takes away the fucking flavor.
Well, I just don't like it at all. I don't know about flavor, none of that. I just don't like it.
If I pre-roll, it's gonna be in glass tips. Like I'm gonna fucking get glass.
Yeah, yeah,
Either buy glass tips and roll them all myself
yeah.
and use water, because I can roll a really nice looking fucking glass tip joint.
Well, you'll be rolling all night long.
It's only 28 of them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just talking for this tournament,
Right.
not for.
Other things. I got you.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. If I could roll it feels like here you roll. So I could break up 2 ounces and sell them to the dispensary at. Well, they're gonna split it because it's premium. So you think they're gonna sell it for $10 a joint?
Right around between 8
So I
and 10.
get 4.
Between 8 and 10. Yeah.
4 times 28. Or fuck that is, hold on.
It's over, that's 100 and what?
20 times 4, or, yeah, 20 times 4 is, come on, man.
Listen to what you just,
800, no.
no, man. You said 20 times 4?
Yeah, 20, it's 28 times 4.
That's 112?
No.
Shows how intelligent I am.
It's, if I had paper, I could figure it out, but I can't do
How many times?
28 times 4.
It's 112, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 80, and then 8 times 4 is 24. So 104.
104?
Yeah. Technically.
28 and 28 is 56. 56 and 56 is 112.
I guess you're right.
I've been doing this a long time.
We're doing math on the fucking, so.
Please subscribe. We need you to subscribe so we can get our numbers up higher, so we can do more stuff that you guys are going to really like. We got contests coming up. A lot of things coming up. A lot of surprises coming up. I'm going to be missing for about 4 weeks. I got going for hip surgery. So I'm going to be missing for about 4 weeks. But nothing stopped. Everything is going to continue to move. So please subscribe. Help us get our numbers up. So Facebook and YouTube will love us.
If not, it's cool. Do what you do.
Yeah, do what you do, but it would be cooler if you subscribe.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, so Lou doesn't want to take over Parkside.
He doesn't want to.
No, he can't find anybody to give him a ride to Detroit.
Wait a minute. He can't find anybody to give him a ride to Detroit.
Yep.
He lives around the corner, right?
Yeah. They don't want to go into Detroit, his friends.
Okay. That's
know.
dumb as fuck.
I mean, they don't know.
I mean, I'm not trying to call nobody dumb. Don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing anybody. People do what they do.
They don't know the area.
I just don't see no reason for it. And that's a what you call a high class area. It ain't a lot of crime in that area. Very seldom you have any kind of crime there.
Oh, I know.
It's about as safe. It's safer than a lot of places.
That area is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how safe it is for where it is.
It is. It's safe. Been safe all the time. I've been living in that general area since I was 14. I used to ride my bike through there all the time. All the time. I never remember any kind of major crime.
It's just so empty now. It's crazy how empty it is.
What do you mean empty?
Like, around that area. Like, if you stay on the east side of Woodward, it's empty. If you stay south of 6 Mile, before the universities, it's empty. Just fucking giant splots of land, just empty.
Yeah, because they tore down a bunch of houses.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, that's part of improvement.
Or-
you got to tear the bad shit down.
even around Palmer Park, there's still like 6 or 7, probably 10% to 20% of the buildings that are there for the apartments are fucking abandoned. They're not even used.
You see what they're doing, don't you?
Some of them are getting
They,
fixed.
they just redid 2 of them, and the guy that redid those, I think he got a contract to do 2 more of them. I'm talking about the big apartment buildings.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
real nice. They're
Yeah.
old brick buildings.
But that's what's going on. It's called, what do they call it? Regentrification?
No, it's gentrification.
Well, whatever it's called. That's what's happening. Because I'm telling you, right now, in the last 2 weeks, I've gotten at least 6 telephone calls and probably 5 postcards to buy my house. They are going nuts. The investors are buying up everything in Detroit, and they're buying the houses, and instead of selling them, they're renting them out for like $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month.
TikTok is pretty because okay. He said, "What about doing something on TikTok?" So I did. I tried to put videos on TikTok when it first came out because of weed and just like my stuff. Because this guy was talking, Gary Vee was talking about it, and he's like, "You gotta get on there, blah blah blah." Well, basically, all my weed shit would get flagged. I don't know if it's changed
Back then.
Yeah, I don't know if they've updated their policies, but you know, I would roll I definitely could do that fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Rolling joints.
I'm trying to think, have I seen any weed stuff on there? I just started watching TikTok maybe about a week or two ago.
If I'm in public and I roll up joints, people like, unless you're someone who's like a real smoker, it doesn't affect you. But normal people see it and go, "What the fuck?" Like I'll roll joints on a disc golf course and people will just be mind blown because
Really?
I'll start. We'll have like a 5-person card. I'll throw. I'll start grinding. Start grinding up. Have it all done. By the time the 5th person is thrown, I'm licking it and I'm done.
You're done, yeah.
And it's literally 2 minutes, and people just can't fathom that.
Because a lot of people are still stuck with the old marijuana laws and the old.
No, I know, but it was also just the roll. Most people don't roll joints like that.
Oh no, yeah, most people don't.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
I mean, I did it when I even got looks in Amsterdam
Yeah,
on a boat.
yeah.
People were like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're gonna roll the whole thing in there?"
Yes.
So,
Because it looks, especially if they watch you rolling it, they can see exactly how much weed you used in that joint. And you're like, whoa.
yeah, it's usually a lot. Well, Amsterdam was a little different because I didn't have a grinder. I think I bought one actually. What do you think of that?
I like the taste.
What's it taste like?
It's got a fresh taste. Not sweet, but kind of.
It kind of dries my throat out.
I feel that too, but it's worth it. I think it's worth it. The taste is beautiful.
It's different.
Yeah, it is.
It don't taste like anything
Is that
else.
this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like this. Yeah, but I mean, the dried out throat thing isn't that extreme.
It's not super extreme.
No. Plus, it helps you really savor the taste.
So I gotta set it up for Rudy. I'm gonna get him set up so he can start doing his own little live thing. We're gonna figure out. I'm gonna talk to my buddy and figure out how to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
And like,
Because then when I'm laid up, I can still do a show.
that's what I'm saying.
Or I can.
Like I can
I can still be on the show with you
that's what
from my house.
I think so.
Oh yeah, we can do that. I mean, let me not say we can do that. That's done. So I don't know what's involved. You know, I'm technically retarded. You know that. I know what I see and I know what I like, but I don't know how to hook that stuff up. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Tell you're old using the R word like that. Roll tobacco joints. No.
No, hell no.
I smoked.
Oh
one
no,
and it was
no,
the
that's
best thing I've ever done.
That's a no.
Yeah.
You don't put anything in bud that's not supposed to go in there.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't put no cigarettes.
You don't put no flavor.
You don't put no cocaine in it. You don't put no heroin in it. You don't put nothing
hash.
in it. Yeah, well, hash is weed, so it's the same thing. It's just processed.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
Wax.
saying.
You can put some wax in there.
Yeah, you can put wax. Yeah, some crumble and all that
Oh,
shit.
it's been a while.
Shatter and all that shit.
I haven't had wax in a while. I got a fucking bunch of shit on making the hash.
Don't you have a... Please make it some hash, please.
I have some hash. I've been storing it.
Because you know I love hash.
Keeping that shit hidden.
I'm a hash nut. I'd rather smoke
A
hash.
joint is not easy. No, it just takes time. Because when you first met me, I didn't roll joints like this.
It wasn't too far off. It wasn't too far off
No,
from
they
there.
weren't too far.
Because I used to look at you and be amazed. I watched you roll joints over and over again, and I'd go home and I'd try to do it. It wouldn't work. But all my joints are pregnant in the middle.
I feel like I'm gonna get arthritis or something from it. So at some point, I'm not gonna be able to roll my.
Well, I heard on YouTube the other day that Snoop Dogg gave his blunt roller a raise. He was making $40,000 a year, and he gave him a raise. I think he
40,000 plus per diem.
yeah.
I'm sure he's getting paid.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere with
Right. Oh, without a
just
doubt.
40,000.
When he ate.
Yeah.
When he,
Yeah.
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 I think it went up to 60,000.
Yeah, I definitely would probably, if I had a choice, I'd find someone that was good at it and make them roll my joints.
Oh, without a doubt. Especially me. Hello.
Yeah. If I
Especially
had a
me.
choice,
I need somebody to roll
just
my
like open this
joints.
shit up. Boop. Oh, there's my 10 joints.
Yep.
And they're actually rolled proper.
All ready to go.
Tracy CC123 can't roll at all, he says. I vape weed, so I don't have to worry about it.
He what?
I've thought about getting a volcano vape. Bruce has one.
I'm going to get my prescription.
Okay. But I just don't. I didn't like it that much.
Yeah, me neither.
Vaping is okay. Volcano is okay every now and then. I wouldn't smoke out of it every day. In fact, I had one. And
Yeah.
in fact, you know what? It's around the house and I don't even use it.
I bet if I couldn't roll joints, I probably would use a vape.
Yeah.
Because it is,
It's convenient. It's easy.
yeah. Convenient and easy.
And that's what Americans want. They want something fast, convenient, and easy.
Well, that's why
pre-rolls are so popular.
Yeah, because if you don't know what good weed is in the first place. Because I remember before I knew good weed, I didn't smoke good weed when I was young. One time I smoked weed that was anywhere close to this when I was a kid. It was fucking called the Puffs. We smoked a joint like this with a resin catcher on it, and the resin just dripped off of it.
Yeah,
to the point
yeah.
where it clogged it up, so we kept on having to poke it
Stick
out.
something in there, yeah.
And about this way far in, I ain't never been high for 4 hours in my life. And I was high for 4 hours. I'm at work just losing my shit.
It's fucked up.
Trying to pour milk. Like, why am I still fucked up? Like, I shouldn't be, because normally I smoke, because my life was Reggie's.
Yeah.
And I smoked 2 hours before work, because that's what I usually do.
Yeah.
Hours before
Got your
work.
little buzz.
Little buzz, you calm down, everything's good, you're in
Workity work.
This one coming down.
It has you in
Oh my goodness.
zombie land.
Yeah. And then I did it again with, so, a friend of mine, Aunt Dakota,
Yeah.
his mom, Ann, had a house and she had a flood, so they had the equipment down there for cleaning it up.
Yeah.
And they needed to come pick it up. So I went over there and hung out and waited for them to show up. It's in downtown Holly, so it's like 3 blocks from where I live.
Okay.
It's January. She's at work. They come in, they're like grabbing their shit, and I'm like, I wish I had, as they're walking out, I gave that slick shit, like, man, I wish I had one to smoke with you guys. And they're like, oh yeah? We got one. We'd rather smoke it in here than smoking in the car. I coughed. Like, every fucking, like when you first hit Deadhead, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I lost every, like, I remember walking home, 6 hits, because I was a man, and they gave me the joint, they gave me the roach, I'm like walking home, and all of a sudden my eyes just like freeze over, because it's January, and it feels like I'm looking through a sheet of ice.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, and then after my heart's racing like crazy, so I'm losing my shit. I'm getting up. I have a friend who has this place called the Coffee Cup, and he owned it, and he was there, and he knew about, like, he was a coke dude. He liked coke. He never smoked weed, but he knew about coke. So I'm thinking in my head, because my heart's like fucking, I'm losing my shit here, having a panic attack on this shit, and I'm like thinking, oh, it must have been laced with coke. Because again, I could smoke like I smoke now. I could smoke like that.
Right.
Back then. Because it was Reggie's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was Reggie's. So it didn't really fuck with me.
Right.
In this level, like, I get up, I go to his place, I eat some food, I'm talking to him, trying to, like, dude, and he's like, shut the fuck up, just da-da-da. I try to play video games, can't fucking calm down. Because, again, with regular weed, you can calm down, you can get off that buzz. This buzz was going. So, eventually, I'm, like, by myself, and I'm calm, and my friends come by, and I'm, like, really feeling it. Because it was a real, like, true panic attack in the sense of...
Yeah.
I couldn't control the panic.
Yeah, it was paranoia.
Yeah,
that's
the paranoia was beyond anything that I'd ever felt in my life before.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Especially since I couldn't control it. Again...
You just got too high.
Well, I needed to not be smoking weed.
Yeah, you got too high, that's all.
No, at that time...
You smoked some good weed, you got too high.
But when I started smoking good weed after that, because my friend... It happens again.
Yeah.
This time, my friend... Because I had two friends. One was the dude I was like real good friends with. I used to hang out with him all the time at his place. He lived right in downtown. He was one of those dudes that would buy a 12-pack of fucking Bud Light every fucking day.
Yeah.
You know, British guy. And he would also buy weed off my other friend who I worked with at the golf course, who had $300 an ounce weed in the 90s. So it was like we called it hydro.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's supposedly how it was grown. It was like my old shit that I used to have, the acid, was very similar to what this stuff looked like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That real fluffy, you get an ounce and it's fucking...
It's big in the bag.
Big in the bag. Shit would just wreck you. Watching the wall, like, I couldn't handle the concepts. Because now it's different. I've been high like that for 10 years straight. At that time, and I also wasn't doing anything in my life that I should have been doing.
Yeah.
That's another problem too, is I wasn't... So having the guilt and all that stuff inside, on top of the paranoia, it was like the weed was telling me to stop. Like, you're going to get caught, you're stupid, you don't pay attention.
See, that's the thing about, especially the first time you really get high. You either go one or two ways. Either you go to the comic, anything's funny, and you laugh for hours, or you go to the paranoia where you're like, hey.
This was self-inflicted, again, because I think mushrooms and acid and all these things that deal with that psychedelic part of yourself,
the consciousness,
yeah, they'll tell you things like if I had kept smoking, I would have gone to jail multiple times because I had been pulled over multiple times just for fucking driving, not even for doing anything wrong.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So you could have probably been pulled over.
The same amount. I would have been pulled over. That my point is if during that time, because I quit when I was 20, around 20, just before I started drinking, I quit then. And then during that time, I got pulled over multiple times, randomly. For no reason. Never speeding, never anything like that. Just random pullovers.
Yeah.
Now, me being the person I was before that point, I constantly had weed on me. Because I was smoking a lot.
Right.
So, on top of that, I just couldn't really afford it. I was pushing myself deeper and deeper into a point where I was never going to get the fuck out. And it was like, you shouldn't be doing this right now. So I think the panic...
See, all that was on your mind.
So the panic attacks come from that.
Yes.
That paranoia.
You perceive these certain things that might happen.
But I can see that now. Because the acid did it to me too.
Yeah, of course. That's what it does. That's what this does. Mm-hmm. That's what it does. And it's a good thing it did that to you because it made you see things that you needed to see at that time. It's like with me... First two times I smoked weed, well, I don't think it was really weed. These guys claimed it was. I didn't feel nothing. The third time, a friend of mine named Mike, we were in his basement, and we were trying to smoke that stuff again. His father caught us and went and got some real weed.
Yeah.
And when I say real, I mean real.
Like Jamaican shit, yeah.
Oh, like acid shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like sativa.
Yeah, man, like really high potency sativa, and we laughed for hours. We were walking down the street, and it seemed like we were on a treadmill. Like we were walking, but like we weren't getting anywhere, and we just started laughing. We followed the grass, laughing. We got on the bus. We were riding the bus. People get on the bus. We started laughing. Everybody was looking at us like, "What the fuck is wrong with these two?" But I never had a paranoid.
See, that's
trip.
the thing. I was so afraid of going to jail that every time I smoked and I wasn't in a comfortable place, I was fucking out my mind.
Yeah.
If I didn't have every comfort I needed, I'd lose my mind.
You start thinking of
what? Because again, just being out in public and being high back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You find the right cop.
Oh, that, and also you're looking at people. They're looking at you. Do they know I'm high? You start thinking like, can they see? Am I doing something weird?
That stopped once it became legal for me.
Yeah.
Once I was able to legally be high with that card, the whole paranoia thing
went away.
Especially in public.
Yes.
Where it's like, I don't really give a fuck what you think.
Right.
I mean, I'll still try to respect people and not smoke in their face.
Of course.
And I'll try not to smoke around kids.
All
stuff
that.
like that. But the rest of it, it's
I
like a cigarette, man.